r/rules horror. Posted by you/inevitable_cookie_74. Hello. Dear human soul. You messed up. You heard all the warnings online not to play that ritual, but you did anyway, and now it's after you. All because of your stupid decisions. Idiot, how could you be so foolish? You humans make my job too easy. Well, don't fret. I'll help you, the man upstairs told me to. Said you needed a chance to live, him and his second chances. I personally thought it would be more justified to just let you die and get dragged into eternal darkness, but here we are. When he begins his chase at 1:30 a.m. it would be wise to lock all your doors and windows before that time. Trust me, if you mess this up, you're not getting a second chance. The entity will still show up in your home, but his friends can and will come through the windows if they are left open. You can't take on all of them. So don't risk it, lock your darn doors. 2. When the entity shows up, he'll be faint, but noticeable. If you see anything that looks out of place, it probably is. Leave that room and go to another. If you remain in that room for more than 30 seconds, well, you probably already know. 3. Leave all your devices off. Somehow, the entity can get to you quicker through screens. He will try to trick you by turning on your TV. If your TV is static, he's trying to get to you. Either turn the TV off or smash it if you can't get to a remote in time. I'll get you a new TV free of charge, boss's orders. 4. After the TV and slight oddities within the environment don't work, the entity will go for your electrical power. Your home, or whatever you live in, will experience a blackout, and you will be unable to see. Don't worry, just find somewhere to hide. Yeah, I know it'll be dark, just trust me, and hold your breath. Find some way to stabilize your breathing and make yourself as quiet as possible. There will be no sound around you, the slightest tap will be audible to the entity. 5. Once the lights turn back on, don't automatically run outside your hiding spot. That should be common knowledge, it's obviously a trap to get you to give up where you are. You humans have issues following the simplest rules. Too many people broke this rule. Anyway, I'd say wait a few minutes for him to search the house and leave your hiding spot when you know he's not where you are. 6. I know this rule will only apply to those who live with others. Do not listen to a voice that sounds familiar. You're not in your home anymore, and that voice is not family or a friend. Obviously. 7. I forgot to mention this earlier, but when the entity begins his chase, do not go outside your home. As I've stated previously, you're not in your home anymore. If you run outside you will find yourself in another dimension where there is no escape. These rules won't help you there, I can't help you there. Your best bet is getting on your knees begging the man upstairs for mercy, because those creatures out there surely will not. 8. Now, from here on out, the entity will be furious at your resistance and he will send a creature to get you. That creature is called Sin, and he's like a dog of sorts for the entity. Sin has good hearing and a good sense of smell, so hiding from that thing is futile. I know his weakness is light, not no dim light either. Get a really good working flashlight and if he gets close, get him right in the retinas. I mean he has multiple eyes, so this'll be easy. Unless you don't own a flashlight or any other bright light source. My only advice then is, try to outrun him. 9. If Sin doesn't kill you, then the entity will send him back to the pits where he came from, and start hunting you down again until 7 a.m. 10. Once 7 a.m. hits, you will be returned to your dimension, and left alone, hopefully for good. At that point, congrats, you've survived. I know what you're thinking, sounds easy, right? Nope. About 200 people have done this ritual, to which I give them these rules to assist them, to which they decide not to read them and die clueless or break them all out of panic and die. I just hope you're not like them, or honestly I don't care. After all, God himself is giving you another chance rather than throwing you to me. Trust me, you don't want to deal with me. That's all I have to say to you. Have fun surviving the night, or don't, it doesn't matter to me. I might see you later anyway, got a quota to fill, you know. Sincerely. Death. r/limitless horror. Posted by you/inevitable_cookie_74. Camilo in the back rooms, Part 2. How much time has passed since Camilo first fell into the infinite maze known as the back rooms? No one knows, not even the poor boy himself. He continued walking onward in a straight line, only turning when he saw creatures and dead bodies. Camilo thought he would never find his way out of the maze, until he spotted a door in the distance. A random door just sitting there, looking inviting and radiating hope for the boy. Camilo ran to the door and opened it with glee, happy to finally exit the insanity of mono yellow walls. She saw a set of stairs before him, and without a second thought he ran down, ready to finally get out of this place. He sees another door in front of him and swings it open, and walks into the new area. He looks around only to see a long dirty stone brick hallway and concrete floors. He looks upward to see what appears to be stars, but upon closer inspection were long dark metal poles with light bulbs put inside them. He turns around to see the door he entered through earlier has disappeared. Frustrated, tired, and still feeling pain in his cut shoulder, Camilo walks onward, hoping to find an escape out of this place. Nothing motivated the boy more than seeing his family again. He notices the air inside this area is dank and barely breathable. Camilo couldn't stop coughing and had to stop frequently to catch his breath. He saw things that didn't make any sense, such as hallways appearing to cut through other hallways with no intersection. The walls expanded seemingly endlessly into the void. He saw walkways in the air that were attached to nothing, just floating in midair, and he even saw a pile of clothes laying on the ground, no people in sight. Were they all dead? He continued walking onwards until he saw someone hunched over on the floor. Thinking he was dead, he was going to see if the body had any food on it. Though the man wasn't wearing much, he could have a snack of 2 in his pockets. Camilo didn't care, he was starving. The poor boy hasn't eaten in, well, he doesn't know. Camilo reaches down to touch the body only to have it jump up and look at him. Camilo stumbles backwards in fear. The man gets up and looks at him, scanning him up and down. "You look like you've just seen a ghost," the man said, chuckling. "Allow me to guess, you're lost too?" Camilo was going to answer, but the man continued. "Sorry for scaring you, I just had to get some rest after wandering for so long. I was trying to find some food because I'm running low myself. All I have is this jerky in my pocket. Looks like you need it more than I do though, here." The man tossed the jerky to Camilo, who thanked him before gobbling it down quickly. The jerky didn't fill him, but he was grateful nonetheless. "I'm Tin. What's your name?" the man asked. Camilo responded with his name. "Well, would you like to come with me? I haven't seen people around here, and it would be nice to have some company. Who knows? We might get out of here together." Camilo liked the thought of having a friend with him in this hellhole. He agreed. "All right then, Camilo. You see those metal walkways up there?" Tintin said, pointing upward. Camilo looked up and nodded. "It said that those walkways have supplies and also lead to the doors to the next area. We need to find a way up there. Got any plans?" Camilo thought for a moment and shook his head. He was completely stumped on how those metal walkways high up were remotely reachable. "Well, I don't have an idea either, but I have this piece of paper that I found. It's full of information about this floor, and it said the quickest way to get to the catwalks above is climbing up to them. However, this paper also says to be cautious because monsters appear more frequently on the catwalks." Camilo froze after he heard the word monsters. "Ah, so you've had a run-in with those creatures too? Don't worry, if we stick together, we may be able to defend ourselves and find weaknesses in these creatures. Anyway, do you have any rope? Something that could be turned into a grappling hook of some sorts?" Camilo looked at his poncho and got an idea. The pile of clothing he saw earlier, he told Tintin about the pile of clothing. "So you're saying we can tie the clothes together and form a rope, and I can use my pocket knife as a hook? That's a good idea, take me to this clothes pile." Camilo led him back to the pile, and quickly started tying the shirts together. Tintin joined in and helped tie the clothes together until they had a long rope of clothes. Tintin's pocket knife tied to the end of the rope. "Good, we got our rope. Now, we can't just use any catwalk, we need to find one closer to the ground level. That means we're going to have to look around. Let's stick together and try not to get separated." Camilo happily followed his new friend through the long endless hallways, trying to find a close catwalk, until they saw one. It was just far enough for the rope to reach. Tintin takes the end of the rope and chucks it onto the catwalk, the knife getting caught on the ground and holding the rope up. "Great. You go first, I'll hold the rope for you, go on. You got this, Camilo." Tintin said as he handed the rope to Camilo. "I'll follow suit, don't worry." Camilo gulped as he made his way up the rope. Tintin followed suit. They quickly shuffled up the rope and they were almost to the catwalk, until they heard an unearthly screech from the ground level. Tintin looked down as he saw a creature trying to make its way up the rope. Tintin pushes Camilo's foot. "Hurry. You gotta go faster." Camilo didn't have to be told twice, he shuffled up the rope quickly and climbed onto the catwalk. Tintin came soon after with the monster right on his tail. He quickly got his pocket knife out of the floor of the catwalk, doing so undid the rope and the chain of clothes fell to the ground, and so did the creature with a sickening splat. Tintin put the knife back in his pocket and looked at Camilo, who was trembling. "Hey, it's dead now, you're okay. We did it, Camilo." Camilo sighed and nodded. Now all we have to do is find that door. Come on, let's go this way, Tintin said as he grabbed Camilo's wrist and led him down the catwalk. Here, take my knife, just in case you run into monsters. Don't be upset, but you're so frail, and these monsters would have no issue tearing you apart. You need a weapon to defend yourself. Tintin tore a rusty pipe off the rails. This is my weapon. So now we're both armed. Together, the two made their way down the catwalk, unsure of what they would run into on their way.